Hello and welcome back to the Scale Modelling Cafe. My name is Jamie and welcome to a news flash from this year's Scale Model World at Telford 2022. Excuse me. Yeah, I've still got the after effects of COVID, but I'm getting better, which is good. Anyway, so I thought I'd just bring this quick video just to bring you some of the breaking news that's come out of this year's Telford. A number of exciting kits that have been announced and great for fans of 1/32 scale. Now, I don't have any prices on these, I don't have any release dates or anything like that. This is literally just some of the announcements that have been made at the show. And the first one are a new UK company called DBMK. Don't really know too much about them. They've been mentioned on the channel a couple of times already for some of the kits that have been announced. They haven't actually released anything yet, but progress is continuing on the de Havilland Hornet and the Scimitar that they're doing. Anyway, they've just announced that they are going to do a 1/32 scale Sea Fury, which is really, really cool. Oh, excuse me. Right, a 32nd scale Sea Fury, that is mega cool. Never expected them to come out. To come out with something like that and as something as ambitious. They have said that they do model kits, or they're planning to do model kits where they can actually get to a physical example and do LiDAR scanning and the original manufacturer's drawings. No doubt they've been in touch with the Royal Navy Historic Flight, although it's not called Royal Navy Historic Flight anymore, is it? I can't remember what it's called now. Since the Royal Navy pulled all their funding, everything's gone into a civilian organisation and it's run on a charity basis. But yeah, that's going to be hugely exciting, and I can imagine it's quite a way away, seeing they haven't released anything yet. But yeah, it remains to be seen. That's very cool. I kind of would have thought Special Hobby would have done that, but they've beaten them to it. So that's the first one. The second one is a company called Armory, and they've announced, and they actually had some test shots there, of a Dragon Rapide in 1/48 scale. Now this is one of those very, very pretty interwar biplanes. Again, British subject. It's got quite a neat place actually in the British aviation history. And those of you been to Duxford, you've seen one flying around, and you can actually go and go and have a ride in it for a fee, obviously. So to get one in 1/48 scale, that's going to be quite a big model, I reckon. Obviously, I'm not there at the show. My spy Adam has been there, so he's taken all these pictures and given me all the gouge. So thank you to Adam. So an interesting kit there. Right, one that's really quite exciting, I think, is Hong Kong Models have announced a 1/32 scale A20 Havoc, and they've announced some CAD renderings up here that I'll put, and you'll note that it comes with a full interior, and I mean full interior. A lot of it's not going to be seen. That's going to ignite the old debate of what's the point? Well, at least I know it's there, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I don't like nugatory work. So if I was to get this kit, I'd be picking and choosing exactly what internal parts I would use. Quite a lot of it I wouldn't, frankly. But anyway, that's my personal choice. But the surface detail looks absolutely fabulous. I can't quite tell if it's got that stressed skin effect. It looked like it might do. If not, it's still fully riveted and it will look absolutely amazing. Now they've just released their 1/48 scale B25. That looks really cool. And if this is half as good as that, it will be a stunning kit. So the initial release is the solid nose version, but no doubt the glass nose version will come along later. I'm not entirely sure which version I prefer, solid nose or clear nose. I like both, frankly. And in 32nd scale, it's quite a compact aeroplane. Some fantastic weathering opportunity, especially some of the Pacific stuff. They were in the Western Desert as well. I'm not sure about the solid nose version. Certainly the glass nose version was. Served with the Americans, the RAF, the Brits, and also the Soviets as well. So lots of marking schemes, lots of nose art. An absolutely fabulous release. And you will note that behind the cockpit, obviously the lid opens to allow the pilot to get in, and you've got all the detail behind with the dinghy and all that kind of stuff. And it looks like that wasn't a solid bulkhead behind the pilot, so there's detail behind the seat and everything that you'll just be able to see. So all in all, a fabulous looking new release from them. And I've no doubt eventually they'll scale it down into 1/48. And if they got any sense, they'll do that quite quickly, because I think they'll clean up with that in 48. Right, and the last one was Qatari. Now, we were promised an announcement from Qatari on the heels of their Spitfire Mark 1A. A lot of people were hoping for a Hurricane, because the Revell one, well, it'll be pretty rough and basic, because that's standard Revell. But also that, you know, it kind of goes well with the Spitfire Mark 1A. What they're actually doing is the Spitfire Mark 5A, which, if you think about it from a business point of view, is really sensible, because it's not that dissimilar from the Mark 1. I don't know if it's the same length, but you know, different cowlings, different obviously some different cockpit details there, different spinner and exhausts. But they've already got the 1A wing, the tailplanes will be the same, and the fuselage parts may even be the same. So it kind of makes perfect sense. Although if the windscreen's different, then yeah, that'll be, they will need new fuselage halves. Excuse me. And I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility to expect a 5B later on. It kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Mark 1A, Mark 5A, it makes perfect sense to do the 5B, and then maybe even the 5C later on. I would obviously love a Seafire to come along. I can't see it myself, but that would be amazing as well. But they've announced the 5A. Now, I put some of the photographs that Adam took on the Facebook page, and frankly, I think some people were a little bit confused, because they went, oh, this looks a bit rough. Paraphrasing. Bear in mind, people, these are just the really early test shots. So they're going to be rough, but it just gives us a good idea. Some people have said, well, why would they bring along some really rough early test shots? Why not just wait, not bring anything that looks rough, because it might put people off? Well, I think modelers that are going to Telford will understand what a test shot is. You've only got to ask, and they had the Mark 1 there, which is nearing completion, and just a few final tweaks to be done, and then that will be coming out very, very soon. So yeah, quite frankly, if you think that it's going to be rough, that's something that's coming from effectively the people involved in Wing Nut Wings, then I think you're a bit daft. And if you don't get the kit because that's what you think, you're going to be missing out. That's only my personal opinion, but there we go. It takes all sorts, I suppose. But there we go. So nothing earth-shattering, I don't think, but enough that's really very interesting. For those fans of the large scales, absolutely fantastic. For those fans of interwar biplanes, again, brilliant. And yeah, quite exciting. The highlight for me is the Havoc from Hong Kong Models. I'm really excited about that. That'd be quite cool. Whether I get one or not, I don't know. See, depends when it's out and what else is on the intro. I do want to make a big dent into the stash next year, so I'm desperately trying not to get carried away. Now, my spy in the camp, Adam, who's been feeding me the gouge and taking the pictures, has picked up my Armour Hobby P39. He's going to deliver that to my new house, because the wife is and the kids are moving house as we speak. So hopefully that'll be winging its way out here to Saudi, and I'll do a sprue tour and I'll talk through that, and also the Edward 110 G4 weekend edition, because I just want that in the stash. There's me saying I'm going to drive the stash down, because that's quite rare actually, and doesn't often make an appearance, and I thought I'd just bag one now when I had the opportunity. There we go. I was going to get a few other bits and pieces from Edward, some Overtrees, but they weren't there. And they weren't there last year either, apparently, so hopefully they'll be there next year, because it does, you know, for £7 or £8 for an Overtrees and you don't have to pay postage, then yeah, brilliant. So that was a bit of a shame, but there we go. A quick video just to let you know what the news was from Telford. If anything else comes out later, or I get any more gouge, obviously I'll bring it to you. So thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.